It is now the sixth night of Dammerung. The day before, it is said that the prophecy of the Geritect would bring about a cleansing judgment to the city. And the city is feeling the stress. It feels as if this may be true because it is in utter chaos. There are sections of the city that are currently vacant or quiet. Other parts you can hear growling and roaring or screaming as you make your way to the far eastern part of the city into what's called the halls. And the overgrown areas beyond the walls, past the crypts, and to the disheveled and falling in old Castle Avron spire. And don't worry, you're not out in the open if you don't want to be. But so we'll just kind of say that this is kind of an abstraction, but you're able to make your way cautiously past the Holy Guard, make it around to the stables on the back side of Castle Avron Spire. When you get here, you see 4 Holy Guard, 2 that are flanking the entrance to the stables. You see a stable hand working on the inside. And you can hear the noises of the stable hand and the neighing of horses, and you smell horse manure and freshly turned soil of crops and horse feeds.
Maybe we can sneak up behind these guys, take them out, and then stone these guys.
What do you all think? Direct approach, take out the Holy Guard?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, sure, remove some variables. They can't cause trouble if they're dead.
Yeah, the reason I'm thinking that is just like, hey, yeah, we're just gonna go in here and sabotage things, unless we can go around. But I mean, sabotaging stuff could probably gonna make a lot of noise.
On the back side here, there's a row of crops that have been planted. And then you can see that there's a wood line behind that where a small bit of forest meets the stables. There are a few other outbuildings on the opposite end of the stables, like a grain silo and another shed. This building here, you're not sure what's inside, but it has these nice little plants that have been they've been put out there, and
How delightful.
yeah.
How about check the perimeter and take a peek if there's any windows over here?
Sure. So the first thing is if everybody would do a stealth check. Everybody's added all their skill points, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, goodness, now I'm going to have to count. Suddenly my confidence. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should have 5, right?
I think so. However many sessions we've played, you'll have us that many skill points. Excuse me. I'll look real quick. Let's see. We've had 6 sessions, so you have 6 skill points.
Ah. How putting a skill point in a skill you don't automatically have? Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool! I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I haven't read anything that says you can't.
There's a couple of things we've used that I didn't have.
We're being very stealthy today.
Everyone is doing poorly.
Oh no. come.
Not very sneaky today.
You, as you take a look around, you can see the stable hand. There's a strange noise inside the stables. They look nervous, and they look at the Holy Guard, and they bow, and kind of in a sycophantic kind of way, and then scurry back into the stables to address the noise, and you can hear yelling. Oh man, yeah, everybody's woof. We're gonna use the free token.
What do you think? Should we?
Nah.
All right.
Let's just see how it goes.
All right. The Holy Guard, sure enough, they hear the noise you're making as you stumble your way over here to try to make it around. They approach you and they say, "Halt there! Who are you and what are you doing here?"
We go. Hail the blessings of the God Emperor. We have come to make sure the area is clear. So there's been strange things about this city. Pay no mind to us. It's best that nobody knows we're here.
I assume that you guys are still wearing your like capes and veils and stuff, not like showing how vampiric and Medusa-ish you are, or
Yeah.
okay. This one he's wearing a. They all cover their faces. Have helms or different things that they wear. Their faces are usually covered, and then they have bright crimson cloaks and capes that they wear. And he says, "Who sent you here? What house are you on duty for?"
Oh, just trying to remember names. Give me 1 minute.
Friends with the Einarays.
Oh, that might not be our best thing right now. But, yeah, how about that? Yeah, allies from within Anarinare House.
You do not look like elves to me.
Not elves, but allies.
We're friends with the family.
Can I make a charm?
House Einarinere has few friends. And then, yes, you can absolutely roll a charm
There are
check.
only 3 of us.
Oh, come on, come on.
And then, you said there's only 3 of us? Okay. You could roll a, what is it?
A snark check.
Gosh darn it.
It's not at all convincing there. Come on, don't pay any attention to us. Everything's fine.
You
Oh.
just work here.
Oh, goodness, yeah. We're going with 82?
Yeah,
I-
it looks
I-
like I got, oof.
All right. You guys let me know about the tokens. Otherwise, he says, I doubt that anyone, especially someone that looks like you, would be friends with House Einarinere. And then they look at, these 2 people that are cloaked and veiled, and even though you are dressed nicely, he's
Speaking of
suspicious.
looks,
Yeah,
have
well,
you met my
have not
friend?
seen my. Surely you would recognize her.
Recognize who?
The Medusa.
Friend here.
Oh no, that's what I said earlier. I'm assuming that I would assume that Ulrika, and that's awesome, and Maximilian are still cloaked and veiled like when they went to the dinner, and not just like
Yeah.
coming out all full Medusa and vampire.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
That would
it's
definitely
like,
be-
they don't, what is it, like you don't look like, oh goodness, they just said something about look, and just like, oh, speaking of look, have you seen my friend here? And then so
Yeah.
they unveil and surprise.
do you want to do that?
Does using like the gaze thing, the search, the looking at them, does it unhuman me?
I mean,
Like
yeah, you would.
reveal?
Yeah, you would definitely reveal that
Oh.
you're a Medusa. Yeah, for sure.
You have like
Well,
a human form?
yeah, I
No,
guess I have a.
well, I mean, but you have disguise skill.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I was.
Oh, I thought it was like the hair turns to normal human hair and then back to snakes.
I didn't know anything about that. Is that a thing?
No, I might have misheard it the last time,
Yeah, I did
but
imagine that basically, as long as your eyes were not unveiled, that the snakes would just be limp. So you would sort of come
oh,
across as like, almost like you have dreads, or something. But then all of a sudden they turn into venomous snakes and come to life as soon as you're unveiling your eyes, which are like an inky black. I don't imagine you're going around like with like snakes like going like this all the time, but because
well,
it did say under Medusa, it says that they have like a disguise skill that's really high. It's plus 30.
well, I could look at them if everybody is fine with that, because I also cause sanity. It says
Yeah, can these
fear
guys
or
over here
terror.
see us? Or is it dark enough that they're not sure what's going on?
Say that again.
These guys over here, do they see what's going on?
They can, yeah. Another thing of
Okay.
note is like this is one compound in a place surrounded by holy guard.
Okay, yeah,
And
right. Yeah, we don't want to make.
And I'm not saying that you can't do it, but I'm not. I don't want to conceal that fact from you or anything. And actually, there's one other thing that you would know is that the city has been cordoned off. Like any place where there's not a wall, there's a cordon of holy guard that prevents people from coming and going right now. And one of those cordons, one of the main ways out of the city, is right across, right, like a little ways down the road from here. Now, could you kill these people and do something with the body and stuff in short order? Maybe. There's also the stable hand though, and she'll probably see things, and you don't know who else is around.
Okay. I'll step forward and like very quietly say, I am Versheimer Julianus. It is vital, it is imperative that I am let within those stables. And few know, for I'm here to serve Lord Reinhard.
Oh
And I
wow.
cannot speak more on this.
I think you could make a. They're silent at that, but I think you could make excuse me, a leadership check but it would be trivial, and you could flip to succeed.
Ooh,
It's just
okay.
probably gonna
It's
raise some
fellowship.
attention, but it'll probably work.
I need a fellowship
It's worth saying
49.
there's a chance it might not work, I guess is a better way to put it. 17.
I got a 17.
They are silent and they nod, um, as true believers. Like they immediately return to their. Actually, before they do that, one of them steps forward, or he comes to you and he says, "My lord, you should know something strange is happening here with House Theobaldo. I assume that's why you're here. An
I just
on,
got a slow nod.
an entourage of his. They are coming under remit of the convocation. We do not have the authority to stop them. They're coming to inspect the stables later."
Very good.
And then they return to their post, and they let you in.
All right. when we walk in and we're kind of out of sight, I look at everybody and go, "They're coming to check."
They've outfoxed us.
Yeah, bamboozled.
All right.
I wonder if we can. Well,
What if we... Let's preemptively investigate. I'd like to go over to this. I assume this is the cart and or carriage of relevance over here.
There are several of these, although they're not shown on the
Right.
VTT. But you could probably, if you all you need to do is spend time doing it, you can find the one that would be House Theobaldo's. It would have their heraldry and.
Oh, it should be nice and easy to find. I would like to find that one.
All right, I will come back to you in a moment, as that will just take you a moment longer. What is everybody else doing?
I'm gonna go up to the stable hand and
Yeah.
lean in.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And say, "Where is the place that you hide within here that no one has ever found you? This is vital."
Haystacks. Well, Assassin's Creed it.
Yeah. Nobody ever checks the haystacks.
She's working to remove some muck. But you can tell that she just came from the far stables over here, and she looks really nervous, and she says, I excuse me, let me get my German on here. I'm sorry, and that's not German. Gosh darn it.
That was actually that was
Yeah, that was pretty German.
I'm very sorry. I can't do the female one at the same time. I'm very sorry, but what are you doing in here?
Oh, I am on official business with the very sorry. And it is
please,
vital. You are safe. You are more than safe. You are the most safe person in the world at this moment, in the entire city. But I need a spot.
Oh. And Ulrika and Juliana, so you can make awareness checks. And she realizes now that you're asking for a place to hide. All right, so you got a 35. Does that pass? And then what did you get? You got
28.
28. All right, so you pass as well. You all hear growling, strange, bizarre noises coming from this stall. And she looks back nervously and glances back, but then looks at you and she's like, I see. Well, I think my lord, I don't wish to interfere with your inquest, but we have a pest problem here. I hide some rat catchers, and they're on the back end of the building. The best place to try to hide would be in the woods. And there is a window here. It's a little bit high up, and it's kind of narrow. But then there are woods right on the back end of it.
Okay. Perfect. And lean in and say, "You will be remembered, and your reward will be great."
She
Sacrifice will be remembered in the coming empire.
yeah. All right. So what do you guys do?
I'll let them them know I found a spot for us to bunker down. until the inspection's passed.
Ulrika, what are you doing?
I'm with the Julianus.
Okay. You also see some other horses near these troughs and in stalls. There are some stalls here that are closed. They look like really nice horses, and they're very well kept, brushed and groomed, and and everything. And yeah, and then you hear growling noises coming from here. And meanwhile, over here, you are let's see, Maximilian. You're looking for the carriage that would be the personal family carriage of the elder of House Theobaldo, like the
Yes.
kind of the Air Force One of Theobaldo. You find it. I'm going to put you right over here so I can show you what's happening next. This is an abstraction of distance. But you see coming down the road an entourage of guards and a burgher and a hat that's approaching you where you're at.
Borger. Do I recognize this Borger?
You could make either a rumor. I think it'd be a rumor check. That's a perfect use of that, I think.
All right. Let's see what we got here. No, I have no idea who this man is.
Nope.
How? It's a silly question. How much time do I have before they arrive?
They're on you right now. You basically can do one. You can do something.
I would like to beat feet back to my comrades, and yeah.
All right. I want to make sure I understand what you're trying to do. So you're at this. Excuse me for a moment. Let's just imagine this is the carriage for House Theobaldo, and then they're kind of approaching it. You're gonna run out into the open from the carriage.
If I'm like already within their visual range, and I'm under the impression that's not quite gonna work out, then I would like to slip into the carriage.
All right. Well, you slip into the carriage then, and we'll see what they do.
What's in there?
When you get inside the carriage, you find that it has two chambers to it, and then a driver's coach that has two tiers. So the driver sits high and sort of ostentatious. It's not very utilitarian. The inside, one of the chambers has all sorts of comforts like fine alcohol and a small shelf of books and a nice place to sit. And then the back carriage are two couches that someone could easily sleep on or just rest and relax. It's very comfortable.
Okay.
It's covered in all sorts of symbols. Trying to think of what they're. Theobaldo. It's
Is this just heraldry or like magical symbols that might kill me?
just heraldry.
All right. My intention is to look for some place to hide. I'd like to sort of attempt to lift seats and stuff and see if there's any hidden storage compartments in here.
Probably not on purpose, but you do find a place to hide. If you're going to try to hide, you could make a stealth check and flip to succeed.
Oh, I love flipping to succeed and also reopening my character sheet. All right, let's see. Stealth is here. That's a 7.
Nice.
I succeed.
You don't make any noise. They just march past. You can hear and see them. I'll move you back over to this thing and you can put your little ninja face on here. Where's the ninja face? There it is. And then they approach the Holy Guard. You all in here can hear them approaching as well. Although they don't see you yet, you're in the back of the barn. What do you all do?
Out the window I go.
You guys are going to go out the window?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. If you go out the window, some very interesting things happen. But you can hear them talking to the Holy Guard. It's a cordial conversation, but you can't hear exactly what they're saying. Except that you know that the guards don't follow this man in. He comes in by himself. And then I'll put you guys out the window, and immediately as you roll out into the bush, there's this hulking thing near you. And two terrified people. I'll show you what the people are. They're the rat catchers, the critter catchers that the stable has hired or attempted to hire to try to find the pest that's causing so much trouble for the stables. Unfortunately, the pest is a very large collection of two peasants that have melded into each other with their mutation. And you all can roll for initiative as it's scared and it immediately tries to fight you.
The only thing worse than one peasant.
Oh, man. It's terrible. And I'm going to look up get my fun mutant stat block out here.
Missing half my page. That's okay. I can open up a character sheet. Bother. How's initiative rolled again?
It's a D10 plus agility.
So mine, I have 10 initiative.
All right.
Agility. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, so that means that it goes Ulrika and then Julianas. Give me a moment here, because I got to find its bestiary thing in this huge book. Mutants. Here we are. Aha. All right. Go ahead. What do you do, Ulrika?
I'm just remembering the attacks, but I want to probably punch. Or I guess would my like unarmed attacks, would they be like claw attacks now?
I don't know. Do Medusas have claws? Now, what does it say? It says simple melee goes up to plus 20. They actually are very good at blades and bows, they're not animalistic when they use weapons. They're actually quite good with a blade now.
Imagine your character being excited because now that the hands that choke people have little pointies on them, even just with regular long nails.
Yeah, you could still totally choke somebody if you want.
Have to pick a neck on this guy. I think.
You also have man, if you can find stuff to throw at people, you basically get to do that for free every round. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm gonna take aim and then make a melee attack.
All right. Let's see. Take aim does, what does it do? Take aim, plus 20 base chance to hit, and then you do a melee attack. Roll to hit. Roll to hit, and I'm going to try to dodge.
Got a 44.
I dodged. 44. Yeah, I managed to dodge actually. Do you have any more action points?
I think I have the one more, unless the take aim took 2 points.
It says take aim is 1 point. Or, well, I guess it's however much you... Oh, wait. You got a critical success.
Yeah.
Oops. I think that's a thing. Yeah, a critical success. When you do something, it leaves the target defenseless, so I cannot dodge. So, scratch that. So you can roll for damage.
Oops, I accidentally rolled the whole thing, but I did 10 damage.
10 damage. Alright.
And it says when I take aim and make a melee attack, I force an enemy to resist a takedown.
Oh, man. Okay. I'll try that. I got a 31 to resist the takedown, and I've got an athletics of plus 10, so it would be like a 21. Can you overcome that?
It doesn't use the melee attack to do it. Just says resist a takedown.
Let's see. Takedown action is listed here. It says takedown. Yeah, because you have to make a test. So it's a resist with coordination, and you make an athletics. So coordination actually would be a 31. You would make an athletics test to see if you can take the thing down at the same time. Oh man, you got a
Another
critical success.
44.
In addition to all that, the biggest thing is, do you unveil yourself?
Do it.
So wait, I unveil myself?
Yeah, do you unveil yourself? Do you reveal your eyes and your snake hair?
Well, the problem with that is the other 2 people here.
Indeed.
So yeah, so I don't want to reveal it.
Okay. Alright, well anyways, you take it down and you cause 10 damage, pushes it up the peril threshold track. And it groans as it topples over onto its side, and these 2 things that are stuck together like are fighting with each other. There's just legs and arms everywhere. Yeah, you've got it taken down, and you've also clawed into it. Icarus blood starts to flow out of it. Let's see. Damage track. So this one right here. Anything else?
That's all my actions.
All right, Julianus.
Can I take aim and make a called shot? The called shot is a minus 20,
Yes.
whereas take aim is plus 10.
Yep.
3 action points. Oh, I can? Cool.
In fact, well, yeah.
I'm gonna slice him. I hit him with my sword. Rolling. 80.
Do you still have?
I needed.
There's a feature that you have, Ulrika, about a takedown. Is he able to act? There's something about when you do a takedown, right? As a pugilist.
I think that was for the chokehold.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the takedown thing was just whenever I take aim and melee attack, I force foes to resist the takedown.
I think he can attempt to try to move, but he has to use an action point to get up. He has to use a move action to get up. Anyways, let's see. You got 80.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a negatory. I needed a 67.
All right. Yep, he's able to dodge it. Do you have any other action points?
No, that was everything.
All right, that makes it his
All
turn.
in one shot.
He's going to get up, which takes 2 action points. That's the thing that sucks about getting knocked down. That means he only has 1 action point. And everybody can make a resolve check. As like all of a sudden it farts, and like as it gets up, like this fart comes out of its coveralls, and this horrible vapor starts to like billow out from it.
Ooh, he got me.
All right.
I'm not rolling good today.
I'd like to shudder while I sip the Theobald's wine.
Yeah, you're watching all this like, ooh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Failed it too.
Oh no. Okay,
Oh.
you guys take 6 peril, physical peril.
Ugh.
So, yeah, so it's just peril. Okay, what is your all's peril threshold?
Oh, that brings me 7 is mine.
Mine is 10.
Okay, so it doesn't actually overcome anybody's, so that's good. And then, let's see. You see its wound just like seal up, and that ichor just like it just gets slurped back into its body, and it no longer has those wounds. And I'm gonna roll a chaos die. 2. 1 through 5. It looks confused as it gets back up, and after it farts, it's going to try to attack Julianus.
Right.
You see actually its stomach just like burst open, like with that ichor, and flap open like a mouth and teeth where its stomach is, and it tries to bite you with that.
Can I parry that?
You can parry or dodge it.
Alright,
I'll just
parry.
describe it
Plus
differently.
10 to parry.
It does hit you if you're unable to do that.
Yeah, I should dodge. I'm just not confident in my rolls.
What would carrying the stomach mouth even look like? I'm just like.
I would
Right,
imagine
yeah,
like
let's-
taking your blade and holding it up against the toothy maw of the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
It
you
does
know.
sound pretty awesome. Alright, parry it is.
Plus
Plus 10 is a plus 10. Yo!
Oh man, so you do that. You like push this thing off of you.
Link.
That is all of its actions. It can't do anything else. So that brings us back to these rat catchers are horrified. They run off with what they've seen, which is a whole other problem, I guess. They make it that far on their move. And let's see, that makes it Ulrika's turn.
Well, then I'm gonna try another takedown.
All right.
Or yeah, the take aim and then punch.
And I'll see if it can dodge. First of all, it got a 9 to dodge. I think with the stomach, well, are you able to overcome a 9? I think that's the first thing. You are not, which is unfortunate because your damage is amazing. Oh wait, we resolved the takedown first. Let me try that.
Yeah, because it was attack. So I do the attack, but it forces a takedown, like a free takedown.
Right. So in order to do that, you need to pass a athletics check, right? For a takedown. Or does it happen automatically?
It does not say, but I think we did the last turn we did athletic.
Yeah, and then I do a coordination test. So I got a 42 on coordination, which
20.
20. Okay, so yeah, you take him down, so he's defenseless, so he can't dodge, and you did 14 damage as you start punching this thing. And actually, what happens is It's got a hold of the blade. It's got a hold of Caldebraga, and you're like holding it against the teeth. And then this Ulrika just starts just clawing at this thing on the back part of it, where the little version is, the little person. And you do take it down. It's another 14 damage.
It said my dice exploded. I rolled a 6.
Oh dang! Okay, so you can roll another fury die.
So I do 18 damage.
18 damage. It's too bad that you didn't have one more, but nonetheless, it's still really bad for them. They go down to seriously wounded, and I'm going to see if it gets an injury. And I believe I think it's a 6. I'm getting this mixed up with the other game I run. Yeah, I think it's the other one, but I also do the other track that it went up. So, oh, and it can't be wounded anyways. It says, it is now seriously wounded. Maximilian, if you're watching this, I think you can't help but lick your lips a little bit.
I
you
think
also
there's
like
a wall
gross
in
things.
between us.
That's true. There's a
I'm
window
pretty
there.
far away.
Yeah. Anyways, I think with it seriously wounded, what you do is you're clawing and taking this thing down, and you actually rip the little guy off of the big guy and rip him off. You can see them rip apart and ichor flying everywhere as you choke the little guy to death. And you just hear this thing howling in pain. And anything else on your turn?
So how many action? That was like one action.
Let's see.
So I guess it's the free takedown.
Yeah, it's an attack with a free takedown. Yeah, so it's one action. So you got 2 more. You could do a perilous stunt. No, you can't. You can only do one attack on a perilous stunt.
Could I assist for
Yeah.
like Julianus' turn?
Yeah.
So we could finish it off.
Yeah. How do you do that?
I guess I'm just holding it down. I guess after ripping off the little one.
I'll say if you pass, I'll do another coordination check, and he got a 13. If you can overcome him and pass an athletics check, then it'll be defenseless.
33.
That is a critical success. He is pinned to the spot and defenseless. So all you got to do is make it to where you actually hit with your sword.
All right. Here comes. Ooh.
Holy smokes!
And then on top of that is just an inconceivable amount of dice. 4 fury dice. And then, wow. I don't even know how to navigate this weapon. My goodness.
It's just you just roll 46, which is ridiculous.
Okay.
It is ridiculous. It is indeed, in fact, ridiculous.
Wow.
I'm about to make a
That's
joke about rolling
unfortunate.
4 ones.
Man.
I stole the
And
luck.
the really special one is the last one's at 2. You know, like a 2. You know, like once and then a 2. Anyways,
Me a 7 and then just steals my thunder.
you know what's really awful about that is that it that does not exceed his damage threshold, which each time you have to actually exceed it. But anyways, I think what happens is Ulrika, you rip the little guy off and it's badly wounded, and you choke it to death, and then throw it down, and then jump up on this guy and start doing your choking thing on the big guy, and he's choking and he's like floundering around. His little guy's ripped off his back, and his mouth stomach is open and yelling and stuff, and tongues lolling out of the stomach, yeah, like that. And you try to like push the sword into this thing, and it ends up the mouth just grabs a hold of it and starts like biting onto the sword. which is causing it to be hurt, but it does not kill it. This thing is almost dead, though. It is, however, its turn, and it's going to try to use its bog claws to try to claw at Julianus. It 18. Can you parry that?
The oh.
Nope.
7. Sweet, plus 10.
All right, so it's a 27.
But I have to beat 18.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no.
So technically, it's more complicated. Well, actually, we can do that since it might be close. What I do is we take the first digit and add your modifier you're using for dodge. So dodge, probably agility, or you could use combat or brawn. I don't care. And then what he would do is he would take 1. I rolled 1, and he would use brawn, which he has a 50, so it'd be a 6. So his degree of success is 6.
Okay.
So you have a 3, but we lower it to 2. Wait, no. You have a 3, which is good, which passed. But it becomes a 4, and then on top of that, you add either your agility, brawn, or combat first digit.
That'd be 4.
So you got like an 8, right? Okay, so wait. Okay, so no, that means you beat him. Yeah.
There's just the struggle between sword and tooth.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so you're able to overcome him, and that is his turn. He's not able to do anything else. And so Ulrika.
Well, then I'm gonna punch to try to finish it.
All right. He's going to try to dodge, but he's got to be able to pass against your... And he fails anyway, so you'd have to really...
I also fail.
Oof. Okay. Anything else? Try to help again? Choke him? Hold him?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna try to choke them.
All right, let me see if he can get out of that. He critically failed, so I'm going to just say he's defenseless. And so that brings us back to Julianus.
I'm gonna take aim, and I'll keep doing that. So that does it. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. So succeeded in my attack. So I rolled 46 now, or
Yeah.
he's got to dodge.
Well, he's defenseless because of the help action from... So, like, I imagine that as you try to strike him, the tooth or the mouth gets a hold of the blade, and then you get it back. And meanwhile, she's choking him. Ulrika gets thrown back off of this thing. Ulrika like claws and jumps back onto it again. Is choking it, tries to claw it, and it swats her away. And then she's choking it. The maw is open, and then now you hit it finally.
Push that sword in, and let's see. Here comes like 4 1s again. Oh, come on! Why do I keep hitting the better?
That is better. And yeah, describe how you kill it as she's holding it and choking it to death.
Okay, so as I'm struggling with this maw, I just kind of start pushing as it slides between the teeth, and then just crunches into it, and then with a twist.
It burps loudly as that like vapor comes out of its belly mouth, and then finally just falls back, and then just like pops like one of those whatever those things are that's full of like smoke, and the stuff comes out of it. And meanwhile, there are 2 civilians that saw what's going on. They're running away.
There goes the element of surprise.
Do you let him go? What do you do?
So I'll chase him down.
Yeah.
All
Tell
right.
them, shout that we saved them.
Yeah.
Just do a simple check here. Ooh, they did really well as far as being able to get away. I will say that you can do a token if you want, but you can see if either of you are able to catch up by doing an athletics check.
Okay. Athletics. Well, that is not where I'm a Viking. I need a 45.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's really good. It doesn't actually beat them. Oh, it could beat them. Okay, so they got a 0. What's interesting is that they succeed on the check, but the lower score actually hurts. Isn't that interesting? Because they'll
Really?
because you take a 0 and you add your agility, so they would have a total of 4. Meanwhile, you guys have a 1, and what's your first digit of your agility?
It's 4.
4. So you got
Mine
an
is
8.
4.
Yeah. So it's like, So anyways, you do catch up to them. I'm pretty sure that's how a contested skill check works, is you do a degree of success with the first digit plus the second digit, and then, or the first digit of your skill. Anyways, so you catch up to them, and they stop. And they say, "Oh, please, please don't hurt us, please."
Be still, be silent, make no sound.
Okay, okay.
It's not yet safe. Stay here, hide.
All right, they're hiding. They're listening to you.
All right. Kind of look at them one more time, and then I go back to the window.
All right. In the window, I'll tell you what you see there, and then we'll hop over to Maximilian. You see this man. I'll show you what he looks like here.
It's blocked from the outside here. Ooh, we're from.
And he goes up to this, and the stall to this starts shaking as something's behind it that's clearly not a horse. And he takes a bag out, and his hand is like covered in blood, and he starts throwing things into the stall. And that's what you see.
Okay.
Making something bloodthirsty.
Yeah.
And then if you wait for him to finish feeding, he'll go out and he'll bring three of these guards in. Not all those. There we go. And he will go up to it, and you'll hear him say, "Now listen, you stand guard here, and do not, under any circumstances, open that door. Do not look inside, whatever you hear. If you do this, then you'll answer for what you see." And they're actually nervous. They're not the Holy Guard, even if they're disciplined guards. They nod, and they slam their fist against their chest in salute and in obedience. And Wolfram, although you don't know that's his name, he says, "Our master will be here tomorrow evening. He is doing an inspection of our tea fields, so you'll be ready for him." And then he starts to walk off, and you've got these 3 guards that are just left there.
Okay. Can you make it so my token can see inside there?
Sure, I'll just move you over.
Oh, beauty.
And then, meanwhile, Maximilian, you see, you just see that there were 6 of these Theobaldo guards in this person. Only 3 of them come out with this person, and then they start to walk away and start heading back west away from Castle Avernspire.
Then
And they don't seem to check the cart. Seems that has been left to someone else. Anyways, the guards just stand there. What are you doing, Ulrika? You probably can't see this, so I will give this to all players so that you can see back here, Caleb. I apologize.
what do you know? There's stuff happening back there.
Sorry about that. What do you all do?
Thinking I want to try to get the attention of the like through the window, kind of like of the stable hand.
All right.
Like just kind of see if she glances this way and go like,
Eventually, you're able to do that, and she comes to the window.
all right. And I kind of go, we need a distraction.
A distraction?
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, I can do that, my lord, for the gods. And she she's talking to a Vershiner, so what she does next, you need to understand, is like under the influence of that, she runs to the stalls and opens them and kicks the horses out, and has the horses just like causing utter chaos inside of the in the stables. And the
Oh, she's
Theobaldo,
getting a raise.
well, she would, except the Theobaldo guards, they see that that she's like kind of jumping back and forth, like she's going to try to make for that stall, and so they end up like coming after her, and they promptly kill her. That's no problem at all, but you did get your distraction.
Okay. While they're doing that, can I jump in? Which way does the stall open? Does it open outside?
It goes both ways.
Okay, because I'd like to open it and kind of hide behind it so that whatever's in there isn't coming after me and just notices them first.
Wait, can you describe that again? And I'll put you over here so you can see, so both of y'all can see.
So while they're here, I'd like to go here quickly and open it, but so that it kind of swings out from here to here.
Ah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm behind it so that whatever's in there is
Oh man.
going straight for our friends over here.
These beasts. Actually, and I will open it. This, you see the sigil of House Theobaldo on this. This is obviously their horses, so to speak. But these things leap out and immediately start attacking everything in here and devouring them.
Hey.
And they rip apart the guards, and there's utter chaos and confusion in here. The holy guards, the horses start to run off. We're going to make some coordination tests for the holy guard as they enter. 2 of them fail very badly. They are knocked over. These horses get away. The other 2 holy guard come in to try to restore order to the situation. Maximilian, what are you doing?
I'm just waiting patiently. I'm where I want to be. I'm just like imagine I'm in the like the sort of sleeping compartment area with the couches. I'm just like laying out tinctures, and surgical implements, and just like
Yeah,
I work
as you
here.
hear
This
all
is where
the
I'm supposed to be.
growling and screaming and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Just
Meanwhile,
music to my ears.
Ulrika, what are you doing?
Well, I'm peeking in from the safety of the window.
Yeah. I'm going to make resolve checks for these civilians to see if they can handle staying put as they hear all this growling and screaming. They both miserably fail their resolve checks and they start to bolt.
Well, if they run, they might just attract the horses, the evil horses.
All right, you're going to let the rat catchers go?
Yeah, I'll let them go.
All right. And then, meanwhile, back in here with Juliana, so you're behind the door. There's this huge fight that breaks out. With these two are currently incapacitated. These horses are getting torn apart by these beasts, and I'm just going to do some quick checks, unless you enter the fray and start fighting, and then I'll roll for initiative.
I'm thinking I'm going to try to get out the window again while everybody's distracted.
That wouldn't be a problem. Okay, so you go back out the window. I'm just going to do some quick rolls to see who's going to win and lose on this. Oh dear. Two more horses get away. Several more die. And then I'm going to resolve this battle between these last two here. Oh dear, it went very badly. You see Maximilian all of a sudden, this thing like leap past these two wounded Holy Guard and just leap off into the night, howling. Who's that? Oh, he's definitely dead. I'm going to show you all what's on the other side really quick, just to show you that this is an absolute, what do you call it, a carnal house. Like, it's just a meat fridge in here now. There's just like ripped apart bodies and horses and bright spouting blood from piles of bodies everywhere in here that have been torn apart.
Oh, wow.
Whatever survived this battle made it out, and then these Holy Guard come in, and they see all this. They survive but are wounded. They see that their two comrades have been killed, and they see that all this stuff has happened in here from these things that were kept in the back. Now I'll move you back out here so you can decide what to do with that.
Okay, so the cart that Maximilian's in, that's the cart we're trying to get at, right?
The cart, yes. It looks like the
Okay.
mounts for the cart have just, one has fled, and two of them have died fighting all the Holy Guard and all the Theobaldo guards. Not to say you can't use some other horse, but I don't know. It seems that House Theobaldo was actually keeping mutant horses as their here.
Oh. Trying to think, because I think this means while those guys are distracted, the two of us can go sneak into that cart and then just kind of wait it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
And
could work.
then-
Sneak around the
Ye-
top.
Yeah, I think. Did we just succeed at what we were trying to do? I don't quite know how to.
Well, I think that's the question is, do you try to join Maximilian? You're confident you can. You're going to be able to make it around without being seen and make it into that cart, but are you going to try to wait it out in that cart for 24 hours and just like let this scene transpire and hope you don't get seen? It's a risk.
Yeah. Oh man. Alternatively, No, the other one's a risk too, because I was thinking, oh, we can get the Holy Guard and be like, hey, yeah, you guys saw this too, but I'm a mutant. Um, so I think, yeah, the safest thing to do is actually go wait inside that cart.
All right. There were 2 witnesses that made it out, and the Versheiners are quite efficient. As day rises and the sunrise, you see a lot of things happen as you wait inside of here. These 2 Holy Guard, there are a large number of Holy Guard that come here, like an entire platoon of Holy Guard, accompanied by a guard captain, come and these Holy Guards stand in front of them, and the guard captain comes out and points at them, talks to them in a very even tone, in a very reasonable tone. You don't hear what he's saying. Nods at them and looks at them, and then they look at each other, and then they pull their weapons out and they disembowel themselves.
Oh,
And then the guard captain turns around and he picks out 4 of them, and then they take their place. And then you see them setting up additional security, since they see this as a security problem now. And this happens all in one night until the next day. Now, no one checks the cart, but the next day you see this.
on the edge of my seat right now. Oh,
Where is it? Maybe this one? Yes. One of these things. Roll 20s is slow. A robed figure in a conical hat, accompanied by 4 of the guards, comes out and starts questioning the guards. And that starts happening in the morning. What do you do?
just kind of keep hiding.
All right. I'm going to see how good of an investigator he is, and it's very simple. Julianos, what is your scrutinize skill
Oh,
without the skill ranks?
without the skill ranks.
Well, with whatever
That's
whatever skill rank you started with in it.
Okay, so that'd be 64.
All right. He just needs to pass. He fails.
Yay!
Yeah. He spends the entire day as you all wait inside the Theobaldo cart itself, having found a place to hide. He inspects everything. He looks over every body. He checks the backside. You find the rat catchers. They're brought out and they're questioned, and then they're taken somewhere. And then eventually, the business day is concluded and they leave, and they never check the cart. Really, he's quite failed as a Vershiner.
As I've entered this card, I imagine that the population of the city has dramatically decreased.
Yeah, you hear things from the city, but anyways, we'll go right into the next thing that's going to happen, because that's what's really important. You make it to the cart. That's what's important. And you wait until the sun sets. And for some time, you can hear the sounds of Dammerung as the day starts to fade, all the havoc that you've heard lately. The rising sounds of growls and yelling, and then silence in between. Until eventually you can't mistake the sound of large crowds of people screaming in terror. And you've been hunkered down this whole time. The town, it erupts like a. You can feel that, like it's been building for a long time, all of this, and then everything hidden in all those silences starts running out from buildings as you start to hear something. You hear this noise, and there's this wisp of like smoke rising over the city. You can't tell what's going on except just to see that from the other side of Castle Avrenspire. And you just hear screaming, and then the clash of weapons, steel, and this goes on into the night until finally, at one point in the night, all of a sudden you hear the hooves of horses and other growls, and it's all getting very close to Castle Avrenspire. And then you hear all like this, like the sounds of this moaning and the smoke just contract, and you see it actually going into the castle. And then you hear the footstep, the clopping of horses' hooves, and the yelling of men, and you see the glint of armor and steel as all of these people start to gather outside of Castle Avrenspire itself. And there's this battle. Do you all stay hunkered down? Like basically, you're on the back side of the castle, and on the front side of the castle there are mutants and people in plate armor, and they're fighting the Holy Guard out in front of the castle grounds.
I mutter. Did you ever wonder what it would have been like to be the Leech?
No, I think I've succeeded in that.
Yeah, I guess you have.
And you can see lights flashing from these armored figures. They're magic blades and spellfire and the invocation of gods, and them urging one another on in the name of the gods as they fight the Holy Guard and mutants, and everything is just chaos. And finally, you see figures rushing out from Castle Avrenspire into the stables as they hook up horses as hurriedly as possible to your carriage. And the carriage starts to rattle and rumble as it moves, and there are figures beyond the place where you've found to hide, sitting among the couches. And you see yourself barreling down a night road as they've made it outside the checkpoint, outside the city of Dammerung. What do you do?
Guess I get ready my sword. Can I see the guy who I?
Yeah, you do. In fact, you see sitting in here without his family, Lord Ivo Theobaldo, the house elder of Theobaldo House.
Okay,
along with several guards.
I nod to the others like, you guys ready for the show?
I'll ready my strangling hands.
Got my choking hands ready.
I've got 2 hands. That should be enough for all of them.
All right. Burst out from my hiding place. Like try to jam my sword. Like I want to jam it right into his chest, like right away.
Yeah,
And just
try to
mutter,
use a
"Hello, my
surprise.
lord."
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so you get you can make a surprise attack, but everybody can roll for initiative because it's the same, so it's still possible for him to beat you. You just get all the bonuses. Plus 20, I think, and a 1 plus... Let me bring up his... Actually, I have it here.
Does initiative work? That's a D10.
D10
stuff.
plus agility.
Oh yeah, my Medusa thing
Says-
says I get 2d10 plus my agility.
Ah, nice. He rolled a 9. What did you all get?
So I guess I got a 9. Unless there's other bonuses too.
So I have 20 plus 8.
All right, so let's see. 20 plus 8 is 28 for, all right. For Ulrika. And then what did you get, Maximilian?
I rolled a 12.
12 for Maximilian. And then you got a 9. I'll just put you ahead of him. Actually, we're going to roll again. Because I'm going to see if you can beat him. That's going to be crucial.
Roll high, roll high. Ah, I got a 3.
That puts you behind him. And so Julianus goes last. All right. Ulrika, you're able to act first with surprise.
Okay. So how many people are in the carriage?
Other than you all, there are 4. 3 guards and Lord Ivo Theobaldo.
Well, then I'm gonna... Does the takedown work in the carriage? Or...
Since they're surprised, he's helpless, so he is taken down.
And then I'm gonna strangle.
All right. And what does that do? Take down. Because I think you got a bunch of stuff for that, right? If you strangle somebody.
Yeah, I add 1d10 to physical peril whenever I do the chokehold.
All right. 1d10. All right, you can roll a d10 to see if it exceeds his peril threshold.
And it adds on to the... Because it says add another d10, so what's the original... I mean, the normal peril damage.
I never figured that out, but I'll just say that it's your first digit of your combat bonus.
Combat or brawn?
Sure.
Then it would be 7.
7 total, all right. His peril threshold is damage threshold. Where's the peril threshold on the sheet? I can't find it on Roll20.
It's on the first page of the skills and attributes.
Skills, attributes.
It's on the right side.
On the right, so there we go. Peril threshold. Ah, okay. And you did how much?
So I have 7 to my brawn bonus, and then I rolled a 2.
7 to brawn bonus, and 2 is 9. However, I believe that he has I'm going to have to move it over here. I believe that he, as a dread count, is immune and cannot be imperiled.
I guess.
And
It
actually,
seems quite imperiled to me.
Imperiled?
seems indeed.
We put a lot of work into this imperiling.
All right.
Very perilous.
So that he is not imperiled. However, he is taken down, and it looks like he's being strangled by Ulrika. Ulrika, as you're strangling him, he chokes out, gasping, and says, "What a surprise! Servants of the maggot! You want to interfere in our project? We're not through. The city's been festering with this mutation for a long time. It was here before we came here. In a way, we helped them. The demon himself is becoming troublesome, and House Brightheart is just a shell. You should join me. Let's talk." And then that makes it Maximilian's turn.
My sir, you don't look well. I think you're overdue for a bleeding. And I'd like to shank him.
All right,
I'd like to take aim for 2 action points and then stab him.
all right. I don't see anything where that his allies can assist yet. So yeah, you can roll to hit.
Righty, that's some stuff. Simple melee involved with some 20s. All right, big money, no whammies. Whammied it up. Real good. That's unfortunate.
I have a question, meta, out of character.
Ask it.
Is Julianos actually a true believer? Like, is he actually loyal to the maggot god?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so now.
At least for now, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So it is now Theobaldo's turn. And,
have a
sorry, go ahead.
Question. I realized I used all of my action points, but could I unveil the Medusa?
Yeah. That might affect his guards. I'll have them, if
Hopefully it'll affect a lot of them.
you just pull the veil off of her face, like,
Yeah.
and Roar, is that okay? Do you allow him to do that?
Sure.
Okay. All right. I'll make resolve checks right away for 3 of the guards. It does not seem to affect Ivo.
Oh my goodness, he's immune to everything.
2 of them pass, 1 of them fails and turns to stone immediately. They avert their eyes. And Ivo, as he's being choked, you see him change, and like this red energy, this light fills the carriage. And he looks at Julianos as he's being choked, and he's like, he says, "Don't die for no reason, faithful Versailles. The maggot won't seek to claim the city in a long time. Imagine what we could do together."
All right, I lean in when I'm getting ready to stab with my sword. I'm like, he might not, but I will.
So on his turn, he says, "If you won't see reason, I guess I was afraid of this." And these lights flash, and it feels as if the carriage hits a bump. You all go like tumbling in the dark, and at the same time, you can see Ivo he had pulled out a jar of of festering flies and then smashed it inside of the carriage. And all of a sudden the carriage just fills with flies everywhere. It's just flies. And they're stinging and they hurt and everything. And the carriage like tumbles over as you wreck and you all fall out on the other side of the carriage. And let's see, we got 2 of these guys left. And you see this cloud of flies. Now, let's see, like right here. It pours out of the carriage and then flies nearby, and then it coalesces into something else. And he says, full 20. He says, I recognize it's best we end this here and now. And let's see. Did that take a turn for him to do? It will take me a while to do this because this dude has a lot of magic.
Oh.
I was hoping to beat up an old man. This isn't quite going to plan.
Yeah, I feel betrayed.
I think, yeah, he can do that at will. So what he's done so far has not taken any of his actions.
Rat.
So the first thing he's going to try to do is he's going to try to... This arcane tome. Metamorphosis. Let me see here. Okay, actually that was actually the spell. Magic and ritual. Cast Metamorphosis. He also has a feature as a dread count where he automatically succeeds, but he also rolled a 6 on chaos, which means that he also triggers a chaos manifestation in the area.
$666 flies.
Very
It is
specific.
a greater manifestation. Let's see if a void of chaos opens in the area and swallows everyone.
Cannot be harmed by normal weapons. That's not good.
61. Power drain. Except I think as a dread count of chaos, I don't think this can affect him. But I will make sure, because I will give you every chance you got. Yeah, because it has he has a feature that says it says occult mastery. When this creature channels power, he always critically succeeds. So the critical success says well, anyways, basically he's able to turn into a thing of flies at will, and it doesn't take an action. That is part of his turn. And his attack. He is going to try to... He will wait to take any other actions, because he can't
That's the most
cast any more
terrifying thing
spells.
you could do.
He will also move to gain some distance. Let's see here. These are in yards. 36 yards. He can move just a little bit more to gain some more distance. And that makes it Julianus' turn.
Hey.
Was Julianos able to opportunity attack him when he fled?
I'm going to say no.
Rat.
Because well, actually... No, that makes sense. Because he's got a magic sword. So yeah, you can attempt to do an opportunity attack.
Come on, come on. So I need a... Hey!
And it's a critical success. So he's defenseless, so he can't parry. And you can roll for damage.
He be good this time. Ooh!
Oh, man. Holy smokes.
I mean, it double explodes?
Yes, that means you can
Oh.
roll 2 more times.
Goodness.
Big money, no whammies.
Big money? Oh, double
What
whammy.
did I say?
Holy
My
smokes.
instructions were
Explicitly
very
said.
clear.
You were so close to ending this guy here and now.
Oh, can I use a token?
Yeah,
Not
token
for
it up.
combat, no.
What?
Okay.
Skill tests. Oh, wait. Yes,
Can
you
you?
can. You can
Use it
drive
on everything.
No. You can only do 3 things with a token, but one of them is drive a fury die to 6. Do you want to do that?
Yes, please. It's
All
the
right.
free one, too.
That makes
Yay.
it 1 plus 6 is 7, which is 28, and you can roll again.
What?
And it's another 6, and you can roll again. So
Okay.
much for having a villain, man. It's ruined.
Having the villain, you got 3, baby.
We'll get there. 35. Okay, so I think what happens, because I don't want to end on this note. I don't think he gets away. I think the flies they come out, they coalesce. He says all that stuff, and then you're still able to leap forward and say what you said. Is that? What do you say as you drive this blade into him?
Oh. Yes, the Great Leech might not be claiming this city. And then I kind of run him through, and I twist, go, but I am.
Yeah, you skewer him, and he looks in horror as the light leaves his eyes. And his 2 guards, they drop their weapons as this energy starts to come from you. I forgot to mention I rolled the manifestation. It's like what it looks like, and what it said. It's not ice. What it is like imagine it's ice, but instead of being like translucent and like water, it's black. And then instead of the vapors being like white or gray, they're red. So like a black ice is what comes off of you and is coming on you and is on the blade, and the vapors are red. Anyways, and there's a name for it, I don't have it in front of me. But yeah, you skewer this thing, and they see this stuff coming off of you. They see this Medusa, this vampire coming out, and they just drop their weapons and kneel to the ground like you're gods.
Finally, some respect around here.
Let's see here. A few other things. Let me find it. We have some questions. I have a few questions before we talk about it. One is, do you plan to take his place in the convocation, like to basically take over the city? I want to make sure that was your goal.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood that before I did this. Let's see here. Give me a second.
I'm so glad you asked that. I never would have thought of that.
Well, I thought that's what you. I thought that's what you said you wanted to do.
Oh no, the asking for the attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah.
That was.
Yeah, I'm
He had
all about it.
such
That's
cool
my role.
spells. My friends, we failed in our main task, mostly because of childcare. But thank you for giving me my settings new 3 villains.
Absolutely, I'm all about it.
A wrestling Medusa?
Yeah. Um, I let me see if I have this here. I do not. So, you are not opposed in returning to the bowels of Castle Avernspire. I guess the other two. What are you going to do? The vampire and the Medusa. That's another question. You part ways, carve out your own kingdom, or take part in this one?
Speaking for myself, I think we got a good thing going here. This Giuliano's fellow is an upstanding chap, and this city's
Yeah.
in need of some nobility. So, you know,
All right.
I'd be a good bodyguard.
You find at the bowels of Castle Avernspire the place where an angel was tormented into creating a horrible weapon, and there was a gateway connecting this place directly to the abyss. You cover this place, taking your seat of power where the Convocation was once corrupted into demonic entities. The demon that had influenced this place has been vanquished by a divine power, which came into the city to cleanse it as the prophecy foretold. Unfortunately, the prophecy didn't say anything of what would happen after the cleansing. And the demon that had waited outside this elder being in the depths of the veil of the devouring sea now has its avatars. They're its own heroes that sit in power in Dammerung. And is there anything else that you would like to do in this position of power?
Well, I think with the, I think we should like boost trade, get things more open, get the city actually like functioning.
Can
and
I
make
run?
more vampires?
Yeah.
Get city functioning. What do you
Can I
mean?
run the fighting pits?
Run the fighting pits and continue the awful thing that happened to you to others
The
now.
victors get to be
Yeah, but, like-
immortalized as statues.
Collect monster minions in the fighting pits.
I guess that, like, what is the government now for this city? I should note what has happened to the city. The Holy Guard is in shambles. There's an entire portion of the city that's ravaged. Many of the people are dead. Others are now starving. Many of the trade has left the city. It's a shell of what it once was. It lacks the military power and security it once had, and a whole portion of the city have mutated. The mutants seem to have some sort of leadership, and the mutants that have a mind, you have mutants that become feral, and they can't control themselves, and they have mutants that can still think and control themselves. Those mutants that can think have all fled the city to the north. You have many enemies, including some sort of divine power, something like an angelic power with knights that came down and fought their way into Castle Avernspire, and they killed everyone except for the last person that you all killed, and he was the only one to escape. So things like this dread count, like Ivo Theobaldo, that can turn into flies and could open abyssal maws, there were 8 of them, and whatever this angel was killed 7 of them. You killed 1. Yeah, what's the government look like?
Ooh.
Is it a kingdom? Are you a king now, or is it a? Do you use the same titles? Do you say this is the new convocation, or like a triumvirate, or like a? Is it an aristocracy, or I don't know. You know. A junta?
Maximilian, what do you think?
Yeah. What do you think, Roar?
I think we've got ingredients here, right? We've got I mean, yeah, a question of how you want to lead it at the top, but I think there is an an interesting opportunity. What I would propose is I think that our Medusa friend has potentially an interesting opportunity to turn a lot of the sort of mutants we have around here into maybe like a fighting force.
Yeah.
Sort of
Make them fight
build
in the
that up.
pits and then
Yeah,
keep the
integrate them in the fighting
strongest.
pit. Yeah.
Maybe send some emissaries to those mutants up north and be like, we got a city to populate.
So don't present yourselves as the previous authority and say, no, it's okay that you're a mutant. We want you here.
I think that the previous authority sucked.
Yeah.
And presenting ourselves as maybe taking credit for some stabbing wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right, so invite all the mutants in. Have a mutant empire of unmen.
And non-mutants. I asked before, can I make more vampires? Is that a thing?
Absolutely.
I would like to... My intention, what I would like to do is rebuild an aristocracy, bestowing vampirism upon my chosen, and basically making them the noble houses. And so making a nobility of vampires.
So this is going to be an entire city that went from like extreme superstition and religious zealotry against mutants to the monsters run things now. Like, and we're not even hiding it. Like, the nobles are vampires, the underlings are mutants and werewolves and werepeople.
The inmates run the insane asylum now.
Right, the inmates run that. Yeah. Okay. What do you call yourselves? This is actually for my setting. I'm using all this, by the way. This isn't like hypothetical.
Ooh. I gotta come up with a
And your titles.
cool title. Yeah,
Monster Mash.
it was a graveyard smash.
The bad news is that you lack all of the power that the Dammerung once had. So you'll need to rebuild that. The good news is that you found that they're sitting on a motherlode of secrets. A portal to the abyss, ancient secrets and magic and texts and forbidden tomes that I imagine probably it doesn't bother you to look at anymore. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, we can come up with the titles later.
Yeah, we could become a sorceress university town. Like, people travel far and wide. Get in here. We've got libraries. We've got a great waterfront.
Try to corrupt everyone to chaos.
Yeah, just get in here. Yeah, you need to study. Oh yeah, get right in here. We've got
people in we've got master sorcerers in need of minions. I mean apprentices. Lots of apprenticing opportunities here.
So it's shaping up to be like, well, I was going to say like in Dungeon & Crawl Classics, like one of those empires of chaos, which is hard to conceptualize because how do you run a place like that? How does, like, it's inherently going to tear itself apart, but...
Well, there's a few cities like this in Warhammer.
Yes. Yeah, I think that part of it is it can't just be we're the bad guys, right? It has to be more complicated than that. Like the vampire empire, the vampire kingdom in Warhammer, where the aristocracy are vampires, and it's way more complicated than vampires run this place. It's like no, we need them, and there's a good part to this, and we care about them, and they're our people, and there's pride.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is like, Dammerung's sucked. And it's like a really deadly, dangerous place. And so this idea of like, okay, look, this is kind of, we're being very ethically dubious now, but like,
Does
also
this make Dammerung great again? Is this what?
I was gonna.
That's what you're saying.
I was just gonna say, like, we can present sort of the powers that we can utilize to protect people from like other bad things, and say like, kind of the devil sort of thing, like. Yeah, it's bad, but like it'd be worse without us, kind of deal.
Yeah, it's lawful evil.
Because there are there are the like feral mutants and stuff running around and everything, and like if you want to be protected from the feral mutants, it's like, well, we can provide that, stuff like that.
It's like, hey, yeah, we're open for global trade. Yeah, but there's mutants and stuff there. Yeah, but like he's the dock master, and he's actually pretty good at this. We keep the docks are actually like the ports are really safe actually. Like
It's
nighttime, there's a
terrible.
great nightlife.
The thing about the dock master is you got to ignore what that third head says. He doesn't
Oh
really
my
know what he's talking
gosh.
about, but the rest of it,
Yeah.
I mean, he's great at it.
Yeah.
The one head's good at the books, and the other's just a real people person.
And then the third one, raining blood, perpetual torment.
All the time.
Well, there's
Go ahead.
there was a like related to the Warhammer thing. Like people actually move out of the Empire to live with the vampires because the vampires treat the peasants better than the Emperor does.
Yeah.
They only
He
ask
ties
for
you
a
to
blood tax.
not gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys have the power to turn things around rapidly because there was a pretense of trying to pretend like they were good before. And now it's like, no, we're going to do whatever we want. And we'll do, it's awful. Okay, so is there, before we close the book on this chapter, is there anything else about this new power in Dammerung that I should know? You guys can send me stuff later if you have ideas, of course. Okay. Well, thank you for giving me my arch villains to my setting.